living in the largest U.S. metro areas have fewer jobs in their vicinity than they did 15 years ago. So to me, this has gone far beyond an inconvenience. It's affecting humanity and society. Within this confluence of factors, we have the chance to truly make people's lives better. It's both an exciting opportunity and a big responsibility. We have a vision of what our future should look like in all aspects of our business, and it's underpinned by a zero mentality for our vehicles and the facilities in which we build them. Through the use of advanced technology and mobility solutions, we're aiming to reduce vehicle crashes, traffic fatalities, and injury severity, and help move them toward zero. And to use zero minerals in our vehicles that contribute to conflict. In our manufacturing plants, our goals include reducing drinkable water use to zero and helping deliver clean water to communities that need it, and sending zero waste to landfills from our facilities around the world. These are the goals which are driving us into the future. My great-grandfather believed that companies existed first and foremost to serve society. And this is a belief that I share. But it must be reinterpreted to be relevant for each generation. And that's exactly what we're doing. And to take us there, I'd like to welcome our CEO, Mark Fields.
Well, thanks, Bill, and good morning, everybody. You know, if you think about it, just a year ago, we talked to you about our expansion to an auto and a mobility company. And we're doing this just as the world is moving from just owning vehicles to owning them and sharing them. And this year, the expansion of our business moves into an even higher gear. Now, as we gain revenue and customers that we previously didn't serve, it's an enormous business opportunity for us. In fact, we expect extremely healthy 20% margins from this emerging part of our business going forward. And ultimately, our vision is to help make people's lives better by changing the way the world moves. Of course, with world-class vehicles, mobility services, and a wider range of transportation solutions. And we are off to a very strong start. We formed the Ford Smart Mobility, LLC. We're hiring new talent. We're doubling our presence in Silicon Valley. We're investing in mobility services. We've created the Ford Pass app. We're partnering with Motivate to launch Ford Go Bikes in San Francisco and acquiring San Francisco-based Chariot. Now, using Ford Transit vans, Chariot is an app-based, crowdsourced shuttle service that actually adapts to customer demand, complementing mass transit and providing transportation to the underserved areas. Now, since we purchased Chariot back in September, we've already expanded to Austin, Texas, with plans to grow to 8 markets by the end of this year, including at least 1 market outside of the United States. And this is a bigger and a faster expansion plan than the one we laid out just a few months ago. Now, Chariot is just one of the ways that we're developing solutions that help people move more easily, whether they own a car or they don't. We're also at the same time aggressively developing dynamic shuttle, digital payments, ride security, fleet services, and a whole lot more. And core to our mobility work are cities around the world that are facing gridlock and pollution. And we know these cities need a partner to deliver mobility solutions. And Ford is deeply committed to being that partner. The Ford City Solutions team is the first from any automaker working with cities around the world to really conceptualize and then implement new ways of getting locals and visitors where they want to go. Whether it's via dynamic shuttles or autonomous vehicles or ride-hailing services, or bike sharing, or, hey, all of the above. And to do this, we're working with some exceptional partners. We recently announced that we're partnering on mobility with Bloomberg Philanthropies. And I am really pleased this morning to be joined by Mike Bloomberg, founder of Bloomberg Philanthropies, and of course, the three-term mayor of New York City, to report on our progress. So, Mike, thank you so much for joining us this morning, because we are really excited to be working with you and also a coalition of mayors to improve mobility in cities around the world. So thanks for joining us.
Mark, happy to be here, and you will be happy to know I came to work today in my Lincoln SUV.
Yes, love it. Now, Mike, you and your team, you saw the opportunity to engage mayors around the world on the topic of mobility a while ago, and in October, you announced an initiative to engage cities in planning for this future. So, can you tell us a little bit about this initiative and also why you did it?
Well, it's done with the Aspen Institute, and what we're trying to do is to get information for cities about what's going on the streets that they control. Virtually every place, it's the cities, the city councils, the mayors that set the traffic regulations, the speeds, where you can turn, they build the roads, they put the signs up. And so they've got to get current with what new technologies are coming in and how it will affect traffic in their cities so that they can be ready when the need arises.
Well, that's really unique and also very exciting. And at Ford, we are happy to be part of this public and this private partnership. So Mike, just tell us, what does partnership bring to a project like this that you just laid out?
Well, we have 10 cities, 5 that we announced before and 5 new ones. It's Austin, Buenos Aires, Los Angeles, Paris, Nashville, and we just added Helsinki, London, Sao Paulo, Tel Aviv, and Washington. And these cities, the mayors want to know what's going to happen with this technology. When will it be real? When it will be introduced? What are the safeguards? And how it's going to impact how people live. If, for example, you can get into your car and don't have to worry about touching the wheel, you can work or read or even sleep. And it may, in fact, make people use their automobiles more. If that's the case, the mayors have to get ready for more transportation. On the other hand, if it's used in a sharing sense, maybe there'll be less traffic. But what we do know is that technology is going to impact a lot of our lives, most parts of our lives, and this is certainly one where it's coming, and it's coming much faster than anybody had anticipated.
Well, we certainly agree with that. And, you know, what you laid out are really big challenges that we're facing. But of course, working together with passionate partners like you and your team, we'll really unlock a future that can only be imagined today. So, Mike, we appreciate you joining us this morning and also your leadership on this issue.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. And Bill, good to see you.
Now, another partner and a thought leader on mobility is Walter Isaacson. And Walter is the president and the CEO of the Aspen Institute and is also well known for writing the biography on Steve Jobs. And we're proud to have Walter with us to have a very candid conversation about what more that we can do on mobility so that together we can create the city of tomorrow. So let's welcome him to the stage, and also let's welcome Bill back.
Thank you for that kind introduction. It's great to be a partner. As you and Mike were just talking, we like this notion of a partnership of public, private, and communities working together to facilitate cities in this, what you called, a major revolutionary change that we're about to see. We're delighted to be working with you and Ford Motor Company on this issue. So let's get started with our questions here. Bill, you've called mobility a basic human right. What, as most of us think of it as a convenience, why do you call it that?
Well, it's an inconvenience when you're stuck in traffic for half an hour. It becomes a human right if traffic literally can't move. And you know, we've all seen these examples of gridlock all around the world, which are horrific. A lot of us travel and sit in them. And when it starts to affect the most basic human needs, things like clean air, food delivery, healthcare delivery, poverty, people unable to get to where their jobs are, then it really does become, I believe, a human rights issue. And I think it's really important, therefore, that we take it from a world of technology and distill it down to the human impact. And what is the impact of the lack of mobility?
Yeah, Mark, you've talked about what you've done in the past year with mobility, expanding your business. What comes next?
Well, overall, even with all the progress that we've made today, it's really important for any business to have one foot in today and one foot in tomorrow. And that's why we're spending so much time on the city of tomorrow, because we see partnering with cities as a great opportunity for us. So as we look at, let's say, 5 years out, or call that the near term, for cities, we see the start of new infrastructure. Things like wireless charging, traffic management, beginning to link vehicles together to the infrastructure. But also at the same time, we see far more sharing. And we see a lot of that today, like our dynamic shuttle, whether it's bike sharing or ride hailing, and those type of things. And then for us at Ford, we see one of the most dramatic changes actually in the vehicles themselves. More connectivity, more autonomy, more electrification. And very simply, that's why we're investing in these emerging opportunities.
Bill, you have a history of seeing around corners. You're a visionary, but a visionary based on values. As you really push into the future, decades from now, what do you see as the long term?